I've been separated from my husband for about 7 months now. We don't live in the same home. We don't even live in the same county. We do pickups and exchanges with our child, and they go pretty well. He's taking me to breakfast a couple of times. We've been able to laugh, get along. I won't say we're friends, but we're definitely working towards making sure that we are treating each other with respect and co-parenting in peace. And his nice little gestures of taking me to breakfast and things like that, that's pretty cool and everything. And I think he can tell that there is a boundary that has been put up, because even though we're getting to a place of being super cordial and cool with one another, I guess slowly developing into a friendship, because I'm stuck with him until forever. Regardless if we're not physically together. It's been refreshing and it's been healing. Now, some people might wonder why the divorce hasn't taken place yet. I wonder why it hasn't taken place yet. Well, one, financially, it definitely, costs. But luckily, we don't need any major lawyers or anything like that, because we don't have any shared property. We've only been married for 2 years, which if we don't get a divorce by May, then it'll be 3 years of legal marriage. And I had to sit down and ask myself why I've been so hesitant, because my dad did fill me in on a much more cheaper version of how to divorce, where we can basically just come to an agreement together, sign the paperwork, and legally be done. And at first I thought maybe I'm not trying to divorce him because I'm holding on to an idea that maybe, just maybe, he would start doing the work, healing, and come back to me and want to try to make our marriage work. But that isn't it, because honestly, he'll need a lot of healing and work in order to really win me over in any capacity, because too much shit just went down when all this took place, and things were said that I can move on from, but no. Certain behaviors and actions just really ruined any potential for us to have any kind of continuing future. It would take a lot. It would be a lot of work. So that's really not in the picture at all. I've finally, after some time, figured it out. It's not the fact that me and him are no longer together, because it's been 7 months. Shit, we'll be hitting almost a year next at some point in August. And right now it's currently almost the end of February. I think for me, why the hesitation to legally get divorced has come from the fact that the sense of failure. I know I'm not a failure. I know that this marriage was not a failure. It's actually a success, because it did the very thing it needed to do, which is to teach me how to love myself wholly and unconditionally, and to value who I am as a person, and to know that if I fully love myself, I will attract the right person, the right people into my life that will love me just the same way I love myself, the way my homegirls love me, put up with me for all these years. I think signing the paperwork kind of just solidifies that this is done, that this dream, this vision, this potential that I thought we had really doesn't exist. And I feel like that is the hardest part for why I am putting off filing for the divorce. I wonder, are there other women out there like me in this situation where they are done with their partner, and yet they are hesitant or have not filed for divorce? Because I've met a lot of couples that they've been married for 5 years. They haven't been together in 5 years, but they're still legally married. They're dating, they're happy, they're at peace, but they just legally never went through the process because it was never forced upon them or demanded in any kind of way. I know my husband, he's not running to the courthouse to do it. I don't think he's ever going to go. I think as long as I will have to be the one to initiate this process completely, because he's not, if he wanted the divorce, he would have been got it. Okay, especially when you find out that what we can do, which I think is called an arbitrary divorce, it's like $200-300, which in the next month or so I will have that money and I can go ahead and file. But I'm definitely going to need a friend with me when I go to do this because it's painful. I hate this misconception that people think because we're celebrating our divorce or that, we're happy it's over with, that's more important than getting married. I think the audience has to realize that we're not celebrating the divorce. We're celebrating the freedom and the fact that we've learned and that we're going to grow and we're going to take our time to find the right relationship and that we were able to walk away from something that was not for me. This wasn't for me. This marriage, I could have stuck it out, could have just accepted this version that I really didn't know was fully there and just to be married. But I just truly come to a place where I think that there's more to marriage than just literally being married. I want to be married with somebody who's going to continue to elevate me, not drain me. And filing for divorce is a hit to the gut because it's almost like a reminder of like, you did a bad job choosing your husband, Jasmine, because I always said I only wanted to be married once. And I believed in this marriage. I wanted it so fucking bad with him. I just saw this future that we could have had. I just saw the potential, what I thought. And every day I was shown that this is not the reality. And I denied it and denied it and denied it. So I think actually physically filing for divorce is kind of like a slap in the face of like, oh no, this is real, bitch. This is real. Like, you're ending this. And it comes with like a duality because I feel liberated, but I also feel sad. And that's why I decided that I want my homegirl. He said he would come with me, we'd do it together, but I feel like I can't even, as cool as that may sound, as to be able to be that, what is the word? To work together. And I've seen couples do this. This is deeper for me. And I think that's one of the reasons why he won't file is because it's a reality for him. He's going to sit there and say, oh, I'm a failure. I was supposed to be a husband. And that's his mental condition. For me, it's just like, I feel like I failed to some extent because I couldn't save my marriage, but I also feel like I completed a stage of my journey where I learned through this marriage to truly value myself. And I feel like I'll cry, sign the paperwork, cry, and I'm like, girl, where's a drink at? Let's go get a drink. Let's celebrate this freedom that I have. Because there's that small, minuscule part of yourself, I know for me, that would hope that maybe he would go and get the mental help and work that he needs to be a better husband, person, father, all of that around. But I can't make somebody do that. And that's the reality that I'm having to accept. So my goal is to file for divorce in March. Because one, I need some money. I'm a stay-at-home mom pretty much. I was when I left him, and finding a job with a 2-year-old and not really having the finances to do daycare and things like that. I'm not going child support court with him because as long as he's doing and we're working together, I don't think there's a need for that. We don't need to have child custody time. I think right now the scheduling works and we can work with each other. I've already done child support with my other 2 kids, and I'm just really would like not to even have to go down that route if we can just remain the way that we are. So, income tax money, how I'll be able to use some of that to go ahead and proceed with the filing. Just talking about it, I feel this deep, like, seated gut punch. And as I said, for me, I know that I'm not a failure, but in a way I feel like I failed. And then I passed at the same time. I don't know if anybody else who's going through this has felt that, but I feel both. But I'm just thankful. I'm thankful that I'm being strong and that no matter what my nervous system is trying to tell me to go back to familiarity, that I'm continuing to move forward. And yes, the divorce will happen. and I cannot wait to update you guys when I finally do it. It's probably going to be one of the biggest releases I've ever had besides shaving my head.